Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Night of the Dead. This is a game that you can find on Steam's Early Access program for about $25. I stress early access, that means the game is still under development, and as such, everything that you're about to see here is subject to change. So, what is Night of the Dead? Well, it reminds me a little bit of 7 Days to Die, although you're going to be hit with zombies every night, as opposed to every 7 days. During the day, you're going to go out, you're going to loot buildings, you're going to loot cars, loot some more cars, loot some more cars, loot some more cars, and then, I know, there's a lot of cars in this game. Anyway, you're going to be chopping down trees, you're going to be using a pickaxe to picket stone and boulders in order to get resources. There are animals in the environment that you can hunt, and once you kill them, you can get, either meat from them, or you can skin them for various leather or whatever. There's also some zombies walking around doing things, so you just have to be careful for them. There are special infected in this game, like there's a couple that will charge at you. There's some that do this AoE attack by smashing the ground. There's even a zombie that explodes upon death. He's pretty difficult to kill as well. Luckily, you do get ranged weapons in this game, bows, rifles, so there's also a base building element to this. I have not really dabbled in that other than building crafting tables. I'm looking at screenshots on the Steam store page, and I guess the developer of this game have like trebuchets and spin blade traps. I have the ability to make one or two, but I have not really dabbled in any of that stuff yet. My first night was spent it was zombie after zombie after zombie after zombie, and I was just killing them one at a time, just kiting them appropriately. But I'm going to assume that the game is going to get harder, so at some point I will have to create traps. You can create foundations so that, you don't have to rely on finding flat ground to build these things on. You just build the foundation, you can set it high or low, whatever, and then you can set things on the foundation, sort of like in Subnautica. And like I said, there are like spin blade traps and spike floor traps, and I'm guessing the strategy here is you want to create like a little gauntlet so that the enemies have to run through it in order to get to you, so that you don't have to sit there and try and kite them all night. At least that's what I'm guessing. I have zero experience with that yet, but it's one thing I'd like to look at. I'm about an hour and a half into the game. So what do I think of it? It's interesting so far. I think one of the issues that I'm having with it right now is that there's no way to turn motion blur off, so when I'm swiveling the camera around, there's some skipping and some dizziness, so a way to turn the motion blur off would have been nice. There's also no way to change from a female character to a male character, at least in single player. Supposedly in multiplayer you can choose your sex, but in single player you're forced to play as a female. I don't care, really. It doesn't bother me, but it may bother some people that you can't choose your character's sex or customize their look in any way. I just really don't care. And the object of this game is to just find a way off the island. And I like the idea of it. Again, I'm a big fan of 7 Days to Die. I've played it, streamed it. I have plenty of hours in it. This game, again, there's a learning curve with it. The tutorial is okay, but it often leaves steps out. Like, for example, it'll tell you to craft something. But what it doesn't tell you is that you need to first craft this thing in order to get the resources that you need in order to craft the thing that you're actually tasked with crafting. So I think the tutorial needs looked at, and I think a more linear and focused progression there, rather than, figure out what you need in order to make this particular item. Speaking of which, there is a skill tree. So you will be able to learn more recipes as you go. This skill tree will also allow your character to become stronger in various things, like cutting down trees is better, faster, swinging an axe to do so is faster, quarrying is faster, or you're just stronger at that. Your overall combat skill is better. Then you can unlock like novice blacksmith or master black. There's lightsabers in this game. I don't know. It's at the end of the skill tree. I've not gotten there yet, but apparently with the master blacksmith skill, you can craft a lightsaber. That would be cool. I kind of want to play the game through just to see what that looks like. you know. Anyway, so you'll be earning these research notes that you'll find by looting and disassembling things in the environment, and then you earn these research notes, and then you go back to your research table and you put points into various skill trees. So there is character progression there. And again, you will be able to use the materials that you're collecting from trees, rocks, cars, boxes that are on the ground, barrels that are broken, iron ore that you're mining, all of these things to craft various objects, not only for defense, but to improve your character, get better weapons. You can increase your, I think, ammo capacity and food carrying capacity. If I were to recommend a skill, though, just off topic, I would recommend the porter skill. You get plus 12 carrying capacity slots on your character passively. So that's one of the first things I would recommend picking up. That way you're not constantly trying to... I built like 3 or 4 loot crates so that I can... Well, I guess they're like little storage boxes to hold all my stuff, but they don't hold a whole lot. So it was just easier for me to put points into the porter's tree. Anyway. So yeah, I like it so far. The hitboxes are a little off, just like in 7 Days to Die. Sometimes you swing, expect to hit something, and you don't. Like, I'll be standing right next to a tree and try and smack it with my axe, and for whatever reason, I whiff. 7 Days to Die has the same issue. So, again, this is early access, so I'm not really trying to come down on it. I'm just pointing out some of the flaws in this game. But overall, it's fun. I kind of want to play more. But at the same time, this is early access, and I don't want my save file to get wiped or things to get broken. So I kind of want to wait until the game is actually released before I actually dive further into it. Another weird thing, and this is something that needs to be addressed, your character can't climb anything. Like, there's a gas station further in, like, if you leave your base, you've got a little shelter that you start in. It's outside, unfortunately, so there's no, like, walls inherently that you have. But if you walk down the road, you'll come across this gas station, and there is a mid-level height stone wall. You have to run around it to get into the gas station. You can't climb over the wall and then go to... No, it's so weird. Like, your character has no ability, no upper body strength to lift herself up and over these stone walls that I could do. Even I'm in piss-poor health, I could still do it. It's weird. And you also can't, like, destroy anything in the environment. Like, if those... In 7 Days to Die, you can use a wrench and break down stoves, ovens, cars. In this game, you don't. You just loot it, and it's left there. Trees can be destroyed, and rocks can be destroyed, but, like, points of interests, like buildings, items in buildings, they can't be broken down. They're just static. So, unfortunately, yeah. And some of those buildings you can't even enter. They're just sort of there for fluff, you know? So, yeah, I mean, it's not by any means a perfect game, and it's kind of grindy, in my opinion. Like, you're going to be spending half of your day chopping down trees, mining rocks, looting cars. It's just constant over and over and over and over and over again. And maybe the second half of the day, you're going to be building base defenses or just figuring out how to play the game if you're new to it. What I would like to see is a way to extend it from zombies every night to zombies every second or third night. That way, beginners have a time to get acclimated to the game, and that way people can set the difficulty to be a little bit easier and have a more casual experience. That's just me. But when you've got a game like 7 Days to Die out there, already doing some wonderful things, you have to ask yourself, is this game worth picking up and playing? I'm kind of leaning toward maybe, but this game really needs to, like, I don't know, do some more good, positive things and fix the broken things and the items of concern in order for it to be competitive with some other games on the market like 7 Days to Die. I'm hoping it does, because I am enjoying it. I want to come back to it, but again, I want to wait until it releases from early access, just because I don't want save files to get broken. I don't want to have to repeat, progression. But overall, it's not bad. If you're really hurting for a zombie game, like if 7 Days to Die is tiring to you, and any other State of Decay is tiring to you, then maybe give this a shot. It's not half bad. That being said, it's not as good. So, it's up to you, your wallet. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.